In the late 8th century, a new force emerged on the world stage, striking fear into the hearts of their enemies. They were the Vikings. Born from the rugged, frost-bitten lands of Scandinavia, these seafaring warriors were about to make their mark on history. The socio-political landscape of their homeland was a hotbed of conflict and competition, with rival clans vying for power. This fueled a culture of bravery, resilience, and a warrior tradition that was second to none. Their seafaring skills were unparalleled thanks to their innovative longships that could navigate both open seas and shallow rivers. Their faith was rooted in a pantheon of pagan gods, each with their own tales of valor and honor. The dawn of the Viking era is often marked by the first recorded Viking raid on the Lindisfarne monastery in 793 AD, a chilling reminder of their might. With their superior naval technology and fierce warriors, the Vikings were ready to leave their mark on the world. The Vikings didn't just raid and pillage, they explored, traded, and colonized. The Viking expeditions were a series of seafaring journeys that spanned across Europe and beyond, fueled by an insatiable thirst for exploration, trade, and conquest. The British Isles were a favorite target, with the Vikings launching numerous raids across the sea, decimating monasteries and villages alike. But it wasn't just about the plunder. These expeditions allowed the Vikings to establish a strong presence in the British Isles, leading to significant political and cultural influence. But their reach extended far beyond the British Isles. France, too, was no stranger to the Viking incursions. The Vikings sailed up the Seine River, reaching as far as Paris, demonstrating their formidable naval capabilities. These incursions were not just violent raids, but strategic moves that led to the establishment of the Duchy of Normandy, a Viking-ruled territory in northern France. In the spirit of exploration, the Vikings braved uncharted territories and harsh sea conditions. Their navigational skills and sturdy longships led them to discover Iceland and Greenland. They established settlements in these remote lands, demonstrating their resilience and adaptability. There's even compelling evidence suggesting that the Vikings may have been the first Europeans to set foot in North America, beating Christopher Columbus by nearly 500 years. Trade was also a significant aspect of the Viking expeditions. Their trade routes spanned from the cold shores of Scandinavia to the bustling markets of the Byzantine Empire and the Islamic caliphates. They traded a variety of goods, including furs, honey, and iron, for exotic items like silk, spices, and precious metals. These trade connections fostered cultural exchange and helped integrate the Vikings into the broader economic systems of the time. So you see, the Viking expeditions were not just about violence. They were about exploration, discovery, trade, and the establishment of far-reaching connections. These expeditions opened up new horizons, created lasting political structures, and shaped the course of history. The Viking expeditions were not just about violence, but also about exploration and trade, which helped shape the world as we know it. But all good things must come to an end, and so it was with the Viking Age. The twilight of the Viking era was marked by significant social, religious, and political shifts. The Christianization of Scandinavia played a crucial role. As the Vikings embraced Christianity, their culture and values started to align more with those of the rest of Europe, reducing the frequency and ferocity of their raids. Simultaneously, the establishment of centralized kingdoms in Scandinavia ushered in a new era of stability and order. The Viking chiefs evolved into monarchs and their hordes into armies. This transition marked a shift from raiding and pillaging towards governance and state building. Often, the Battle of Stamford Bridge in 1066 is considered the end of the Viking Age. In this battle, the last great Viking army was defeated, symbolizing the end of an epoch. With the end of the Viking era, a new chapter began in European history. The Viking era, a period of exploration, trade, and conquest, left an indelible mark on world history. We've journeyed through time, witnessing the rise of this intriguing era. From humble beginnings in Scandinavia, the Vikings embarked on daring expeditions, reaching as far as North America and influencing cultures from Ireland to Russia. Their mark was not only etched on the landscapes they touched, but also on the languages spoken there, with many English and French words having Viking roots. However, the Viking era was not to last. A combination of internal conflicts and external pressures led to their decline, marking an end to a chapter that had lasted for over 3 centuries. Yet, Their legacy lives on, not as mere raiders and pillagers, but as explorers, traders and colonizers. Their influence, like the echoes of their longships' oars, can still be felt today. Thus, the Vikings were not just raiders and pillagers, but also explorers, traders and colonizers, whose influence can still be felt today.